Okay, that was me. I was freaking out. I was like, what is going on? Someone need me here, sir. Like, comment, and then subscribe with the bell and the bling and the blong and the bling and the bling bling bling. We are on. Oh my gosh, you're here. Okay, Trendo treaters and trotters. Welcome to Trending Trends Trend with Benjaja. That's me. You're you. So far, we're all who we're supposed to be right now. Thank you for coming to this show. This is the show that I do every day. Where we jump into YouTube to find out what's trending so that we stay up to date, so that we're ahead of the curve, so that when we go to our friends and they're like, hey, did you see that video with, we're like, whoa. Yeah, I saw it when it had only 8 views, and not only that, I also saw this other video that, anyway, you stay fresh as can be. Today we're gonna be watching the Babish culinary universe, where we're gonna be watching Binging with Babish, Omelette du Fromage from Dexter's laboratory. Thank you for clicking on this show and clicking on me. You didn't have to do that, but you did. And I'm so freaking happy about it that I wanna invite you to jump into my channel and subscribe to Benjaja's channel, because I'm a comedian. I do comedy stuff. I make comedy sketch videos with a bunch of great, awesome comedians and collaborators. I do stand-up comedy, so I'm performing out there doing stand-up in the middle of the ocean. That's true. And not only that, but it goes like this. When we're suffering, okay, stay with me, don't go yet. When we're suffering, we can't laugh. And when we're laughing, we can't suffer. So I just want to do more of the laughter stuff, because when we're laughing, we can't suffer. Simple enough, right? So I have also really big ambitions and aspirations for myself. I don't know if you feel the same way, but I believe in future memories. These are memories that happen in the future about the present informing the future. Does that make sense? Probably not. But I have future memories of hosting the Oscars. So let's go. Let's get there. So jump into my channel, subscribe when you can, like if you want to, comment. Please let me know who you are. Tell me about yourself. Tell me what I'm doing great. Tell me what I'm doing not so great. Tell me what I'm just really terrible at. I'm happy to take all the feedback, catch it in my big whale of a mouth, and I can separate the algae from the trash. Thank you so much for being here. One more time, just like, comment, or subscribe right now and jump into the Ben Force. That's you, that's me coming together in a harmony. That's what Ben Force is. It's the community here. Enough about this. So enough about me saying things about myself, and let's watch Binging with Babish. Here we go.
This episode is sponsored by ButcherBox.
Yeah, it
ButcherBox
is.
delivers high-quality beef, chicken, pork, and seafood directly to your home in an eco-friendly, 100% recyclable box.
Yeah, they
Members
do.
will get 6 free grass-fed steaks. That's 2 New York strips and 4 sirloins added to their first box for free. Go to the link in the video description for more info.
What did you say? Omelette du Fromage?
Omelette du Fromage?
Dexter, French is the language of love.
Oui.
Say it again, Dexter. Omelette du
Fromage.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Binging with Babish, where this week we're taking a look at the Omelette du Fromage from Dexter's laboratory, for which we're going to need some fromage and some omelette. We're going to start, as so many omelettes do, with eggs. Crack them against the side of the bowl, dig out any shell pieces that inevitably fall in, and we're working with 4 total eggs. And we're going to add a big pinch of kosher salt, never hurts to season early, and a nice splash of whole milk, just like your dad used to make. We're going to grab our very smallest whisk and begin beating. We just want the eggs to come together.
Just like your dad used to make. My dad used to make me tacos cone breakfast, which just means last night's tacos with lettuce for breakfast. Yay! Omelette du fromage. Can you say this? Omelette du fromage. Oui? Oh no. Oui? Oh no, you cannot do this.
If there are still some streaks of yellow or white, that's no problem. In a large non-stick skillet, we are melting 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Once it's all melted and foamy, we're going to dump in our eggs and move them around a little bit. I usually use a metal fork on my non-stick pans, but I couldn't find it, so here's a wooden fork. And then we got to talk fromage. I think that some yellow American is going to do just fine. We're placing 3 yellow American singles on one side of the omelet.
Pourquoi American singles?
Solidify it, folding the other half over the cheese, letting it cook a little bit longer until we get some nice brown stuff on the outside, and there you have it, Omelette du Fromage. An authentic Parisian recipe. I'm just kidding. This is obviously just a straight up American omelet with some cheese. I just wanted to absolutely freak out any French viewers. Pardonnez-moi.
Okay, that was me. I was freaking out. I was like, what is going on? No, and no. Une omelette du fromage, ça c'est mieux, ça c'est parfait de poire. Okay, an omelette du fromage needs to be handled with care. He added so much butter in the beginning. Why did he do this? He put in like more butter than I put on my body before I go to bed. We all know. He put in so much butter. It's more butter than I put on myself in the bathtub when I want to get nice and smooth and slippery for my lover. We all know. That was not an omelette du fromage. That was an American bullshit. That's sign language. That is French sign language. I don't know if that's true.
Chers amis. The first thing we gotta fix is the name. It's actually Omelette au Fromage.
Oui.
And it is a deceptively difficult recipe often used to test the mettle of chefs. The first thing we're doing differently is cracking our 3 eggs on the table, not the bowl, vigorously beating and trying to work some air into it. It should get a little frothy. Next thing we're changing is the cheese. From what I can tell, the most popular cheese for this application is Gruyere. So we're gonna shred some of that up before heading over to the stove.
Gruyere.
Preheat an 8-inch omelet pan. After about 60 to 90 seconds over medium heat, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon or about 15 grams of unsalted butter.
Oui,
It shouldn't
mieux.
sizzle too much, it should just foam a little bit. Now what I said before
Mieux.
about the metal fork was a joke. Do not use any metal tools on non-stick cookware.
Oui.
I found that wooden chopsticks are an excellent tool for this application. The key to a good French omelet is to keep it moving the very second that the eggs hit the pan. Shake the pan and stir the eggs vigorously over
Bon.
medium heat. This is going to cause the smallest possible curds to form, which we're going to quit stirring the very second that the eggs are no longer liquidy. Drop the heat all the way down to low. Working quickly, tilt the pan down away from you and shake it, pushing the majority of the omelet to that side. And then, using a rubber spatula, preferably a tiny one, we're going to start to roll the omelet, starting at the near end and then stopping when you've reached halfway. And we're going to run our spatula underneath the omelet to make sure that it's loose, keep the pan tilted down and tap it, which is going to sort of prop the other end up, which is going to make it easier to fill with cheese. Then carefully folding the far end down over the roll. We're working very quickly because we don't want any browning, we don't want the outside layer of egg to be too thick, and we don't want to lose our beautiful creamy custardy center. Once the omelet's rolled up, invert it onto a plate. If you're still learning, like I am, you might need to make some minor corrections. And there you have it, Omelette au Fromage, which we're going to season lightly with some big flaky finishing salt, a little twist of freshly ground black pepper, and some fresh chopped chives.
Ooh, I
And
love
so to make it
chives.
correctly, we have to take a look at its crust.
I love chives and I love Clive Owen and I love chives when they're being eaten by Clive Owen. You dark, dreamy boat of a man. You're like if men could be boats, you'd be a yacht. You man. That's very. You know what? That's very John Oliver's bit with Adam Driver. Let's not go there, right? Okay.
Inside, you should see a swirl of the outer egg, surrounded by a soft, luxuriant, custard-like curd and melty cheese.
Luxuriant?
The outer curd is way too thick, so we're going to take another crack at this, so to speak. And I'm going to make some minor alterations. I'm going to start by salting the eggs.
Pourquoi?
This denatures their proteins and helps make them more tender. Plus, we're obviously going to beat these together with a tiny whisk, like this is what Tiny Whisk was born to do. Next up, we're going to strain the beaten egg through a fine mesh sieve. This is going to help get rid of the caleza. What is the caleza? Well, I'll show you. You've probably seen it before when separating egg yolks and egg whites. It's this little stringy thing that connects the two. This can be detrimental to your omelet's texture, so by straining it out, we're going to get a more uniform, creamy curd. Next thing I'm going to do different is use a cooling steel pan. This one is much thinner than my omelet pan, so it's going to retain less heat. So when I'm cooling things down during the rolling process, the pan will cool off faster and it won't cook the outer curd as much, so it won't be as thick. Last but not least, after inverting onto our warm plate and making any final shaping adjustments, we're going to take a page out of Chef John's book and smear this whole thing down with butter. This is not only going to add flavor and a decadent sheen to our omelet, it's going to help our toppings stick more effectively. So now let's cut it in half again and take a look at how we did. As you can see, the outer curd is much thinner, which means more creamy, soft, custardy inner curd.
Into focus. Get it into focus.
And there you have it. What I really hope is an authentic omelette au fromage. But it's not Dexter's laboratory enough. To really get that cartoon look, I think we need to use these heirloom eggs, which come in fun colors like brown and sort of blue. But most importantly, their yolks are an absolutely alien bright orange.
Vivid.
I don't know what they're feeding these chickens, but it's either very good or very bad. Same amped up procedure as before. Salt, beat, strain, preheat, melt, agitate, shake, tilt, roll, tap, stuff, fold, and season. And there we have it, what I think is a much more cartoon-like omelet. And yes, it looked...
That sounded a lot like Robert Downey Jr. in Don't Tell Me, what is it, Sherlock, right? Where he's like, come with the cross, up to Javita, disorient, pixelate, cross jab to the rib cage, sever a bone, or lacerate a bone. No, lacerates a cut, or crunch a bone, up kick elbows, back twist, flex, right? He did that whole thing with like a agitate, whisk, cut, it, snip, snap, pip, flop, flip, fromage, put it in.
Absolutely crazy, but let's try it, see what it tastes like. First, a quick curd inspection, not bad. And let me tell you folks, these eggs cost $10.99 a dozen, and they taste like it. They are the eggiest eggs that ever egged. But if you're looking for the meatiest meat that ever meated, you might want to check out today's sponsor, ButcherBox. ButcherBox sources from farmers and fishermen who meet the highest standards for quality. You can choose your box type and delivery frequency, and can skip or cancel a month at any time. Your order will come frozen at peak freshness in an eco-friendly 100% recyclable box.
Okay.
You can create your own custom box or choose one of the boxes that we curate for you. New members will get 6 free grass-fed steaks. That's 2 New York strips and 4 top sirloins added to their first box for free. Go to the link in the video description for more info.
Za. That's freaking awesome. All right, let's all right now, let's just go here to subscribe. Let's hit on the subscribe. Let's hit the little bell with the bing bongs. Hit that all. That's awesome. And then let's just go like it, right? Let's just do that. And then we're gonna write a comment. Wow, Babish. Wow. I'll eat all your eggs. I'll eat all your eggs. That's right. Okay, cool. All right, sweet. So this video's done. And now we gotta rate it. I think that this cheese omelette du fromage video, I'm gonna give it a good score. I'm gonna give it a it better not be sukkatash. This video's fire. That's the rating for the day. It better not be sukkatash, because this video is fire. Really good production value. Simple, right? Just one camera on him, not even on his face. Giving something for the imagination, but very simple, well shot, good explanations. He started off with the joke about the American omelet, which every step of the way I was like, holy crow's nest. This is exactly what my dad would make me if my dad knew what my dad didn't know he didn't know already about what he knew. Okay. This is the end of this video. I want to thank you once again for coming to this channel. Please, before you go, just like, comment, and subscribe to this guy. That'll be super duper when you do that. Thank you so much. Like I said, we're gonna be able to help amplify comedy, amplify laughter, amplify positivity. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, this is the last thing when you feel like life isn't gonna get any better. Can I just say a sentence for once? For once in my life, I had someone who need me. Someone who need me, yes, sir. Like, comment, and then subscribe with the bell and the bling and the blong and the bling and the bling, 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 blong, bling, blong, bling. Let me just say a sentence, which is, when you feel like life isn't going to get any better, just know it always gets better. It's just how it goes. Stay good. Thank you. Ben Force. Until I have to land for this awkward moment where I...